On the current state of the game and future, I know there's like 1,000 posts about this, but I want to list every issue I know of just to put things in perspective. Matchmaking is completely broken. It is getting better, but yes, this post was made basically around patch day, so maybe one or two of these bugs could be irrelevant, or maybe one or two of these bugs are actually even more broken than we expected. But okay, let's go into this list. No new ordeals, obviously an oversight. That's interesting. That's kind of an interesting point, but to put it here is kind of like, yeah, I'm not 100% sure if it's an oversight, but yeah, that is actually an interesting point. No new ordeals. Some players suddenly have locked cosmetics they could previously use. Now, I did hear that this was visual. This was a visual glitch, as in, like, it says it's locked, but it's actually not locked. Definitely need some confirmation in the comments about that. Crashes when you finish operations. I have heard a few people crash in finishing operations. That's unfortunate. I have not crashed so far, but yeah, I mean, I still can notice connection issues and stuff like that. Assault Regalia locked behind Prestige 4 bug. Yeah, this is the exact cosmetic piece. Also, isn't this like the same thing as the third point here? Yeah, this could be visual. This might not be actually locked. Shared heraldry is deleted. Parries sometimes don't let you gunstrike. Yeah, that parries sometimes don't let you gunstrike. That is definitely here and there. This bug definitely is annoying. And yes, sometimes this happens. Even it happened to me a few times today as I was playing today, but like the connection issues didn't really happen to me. I was able to get a full team, which is nice. Server issues resulting on high ping, hits not registering, and players disconnecting mid-match. How is that not the same as the point number 1? Bro, you're putting 2 point, like, honestly, like, connection issues. Yes, that is what's happening. Connection issues definitely is relevant to matchmaking. I feel like the first point here and then the 8th point here, I guess, they're practically the same. Assault SW Grieve doesn't have the jet. Oh, that's interesting. Prestige pauldrons are recycled and lazy. That's not a bug. Tactical, for some reason, has a skull, which isn't even centered. Oh, my God. Yeah, who cares about that one, man? Ugh. Recycled and lazy Prestige pauldrons. Okay. Well, you're the one recycling your points in this post, man. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Many more minor cosmetic glitches. Okay, that's not very specific. If there was a couple, it wouldn't matter, but there's so many that it seems to Saber either doesn't check cosmetics before releasing them or doesn't care. I don't know. I'm taking this with a grain of salt at this point. But yeah, there's definitely probably some minor cosmetic glitches. It's not that big of a deal, but yeah, let me know in the comments if you actually seen any cosmetic glitches that are actually like super annoying. Release dates. The roadmap wasn't accurate at all. That's not a bug, dude. Like he legit puts it. Oh no, actually, honestly, it does say I want to list every issue I know of. Okay, I understand that when dealing with a game with this much success, things can take longer to finish than expected. But to release a roadmap where you tell the players you are releasing an update on winter and end up releasing it in April is crazy. Not 100% sure how accurate they are with this. I was not expecting prestige perks during the winter. But okay. At first, I didn't mind the delay due to the PTS. But judging by the state of the game, it seems like you didn't even check the bugs properly. I genuinely don't know what happened with the, when they posted this patch. This patch definitely came out a little bit borked. But like, who knows what really broke it, you know what I mean? Dev's lack of communication? What? The only bug I've seen devs acknowledge publicly on Discord at least is the Assault Locked Regalia. Okay, so this was 3 days ago. That makes sense. Bro, you're gonna have to give the devs some time to talk about these bugs, man. You can't like release a post and say they lack communication when it was like the day of like the broken patch, you know what I mean? The devs have been communicating, and yes, they are working on at least the connection issues. Not too sure for some of the stuff, and some of the stuff is pretty repeated. Not everything is bad, though. New op is good. Trigon is really fun to fight. More weapons for every class is great. I won't uninstall the game because I really enjoy it, but the amount of issues since release is blatantly obvious, and it seems to be getting worse every update. I'm not too sure. That's actually kind of an interesting point. I really don't think that the patches are getting more broken every update, but this one was definitely the most broken. I will admit that 100%. This patch came out in an unacceptable state, 100%. These connection issues were definitely a hindrance to when the patch released. It was unfortunate because there is a lot of good content in this patch. So it is kind of annoying, that unfortunately there are going to be plenty of people who are dealing with connection issues who should be playing this great patch. But okay, parries sometimes don't let you gun strike. Yes, definitely a bug. Definitely a bug. Definitely needs to be fixed. The connection issues obviously need to be fixed. Prestige pauldrons can be fixed, I guess. Of course, they should be fixed if something happened to them. But I just don't think it's a priority. Yeah, like the roadmap being not accurate. Whatever. You know, just don't rely on past roadmaps and basically just expect them to release the stuff they're talking about, I guess. I don't know. Devs' lack of communication is definitely not true. We've seen the devs communicate quite a bit. So, and then crashes definitely unfortunate. Hopefully they can fix that. The locked cosmetics, it definitely should just be visual. But if it's not, that's unfortunate, and they should definitely fix that. So yeah, there's like maybe one or two things here that are just absolutely, game breaking, where it's like, yeah, the dropped gun strikes, and yeah, the matchmaking's broken. Yeah, crashes, definitely unfortunate. But some of the stuff here is like not really that important. You know what I mean? It's like some of the stuff here is just not important that I think they will get to. But yeah, honestly, they were able to pinpoint 2 cosmetic bugs. And then they said many minor cosmetic glitches. So let me know in the comments if you know any that they didn't talk about here. But as far as I'm concerned, this list looks a lot more overwhelming than it truly is as far as what's actually broken in the game. Like some of the stuff here is like listed twice. So I don't know. They seem to be like stretching for points here. I do think some of the stuff here definitely needs to be fixed. Obviously, like the parries sometimes don't let you gun strike. Obviously that needs to be fixed. But yeah, some of the stuff here is just like not a priority. Like tactical for some reason has a skull which isn't centered. Okay, hopefully they center that. But that's not game breaking. That's definitely not a game breaking bug. Trigon is really fun to fight. I still think this is a good post because they are, listing some stuff people might have not have heard about when it comes to what was broken with the patch. But when it comes to like the stuff that's actually broken, we only have like 2 things that we really need to fix. I'll be completely honest. But yeah, the connection issues are getting better. I have noticed them getting a tad bit better. So I hope when you guys go into the game today that you don't run into any connection issues. Is nobody else having issues reloading? Doing anything that requires interaction requires 5 more inputs before it happens. I'll reload and it won't reload. It does the animation, the bar fills, and nothing happens. I sat there and reloaded 7 times in a row without getting an actual reload. Majority doesn't even notice getting hit anymore. They just continue attacking through what should stagger them, and am I the only one? Okay, so this definitely was happening to me when the patch released, but it stopped happening. Which is nice. So you should be able to reload your guns now. That was definitely frustrating. And yeah, that was dude, the connection issues were definitely an hindrance to the reload issues that they're talking about here. But dude, to be completely honest, there's just no reason. There's no reason connection should have been this bad. So I am happy that they are improving it. But yeah, this reload issue was definitely a frustrating thing to deal with. As with every patch, there is always issues. Just give them some time to sort them. It's only been a few days. I mean, fair point, but I gotta be honest, at this point in the state of the game, you would think we would be done with like patch day problems that need a hotfix. And like almost an immediate hotfix. The connection issues was definitely the worst part of that. I mean, I'd take the Spore Mine Apocalypse over the connection issues we were having. However, I do understand we definitely need to be a little bit patient. We do have the PTS now, which definitely did help iron out some bugs because like there were some things in the PTS that were damaging your teammates and stuff. So there were some bugs that we definitely had to iron out in the PTS. But yeah, the PTS should help us. The real issue is with the connection problems, there's nothing the PTS would have done to really help that because the PTS is PC only. So it's basically doing it an entire different matchmaking system than what we are used to in the vanilla game. So the connection issues, I'm a little bit like, I understand that can be an issue, that can definitely be an issue that we didn't see coming, yada yada yada, all of that. But next patch can not have any of these hot fix issues or anything like that. Next patch should be Horde mode. If Horde mode came out with these connection issues, that would be very, very bad for the game. Horde mode is, for many, going to be their return to the game. So they seriously need to work out what's going on with the connections. I don't know if the servers were overloaded or anything like that. I don't know. I just know that if Horde mode comes out with a very ugly bug, it is going to bum out a lot of people. Like, seriously, we seriously need to be on the ball when it comes to the Horde mode patch, man. We cannot see any sort of connection problems or spore mine problems or whatever. Dropped gun strikes. We cannot be seeing that. We cannot be seeing that in Horde mode. You know what I mean? So, yeah, let me know in the comments if there's any bugs that you want to have reported. There's definitely a few bugs with perks as well that definitely need some more highlight. Like honestly, the bugs between the scan and the intimidating aura not affecting Terminus tier enemies, that should have been on the list, 100%. On this list, this guy, the list that this guy made. That's definitely a bug that needs to be fixed, you know what I mean? So yeah, let me know in the comments if you know of any bugs or anything that has not been listed here, and then maybe we will revisit to see which bugs in this patch need to be fixed that aren't connected to the connection issues.